Blackburn Rovers still looking for options up top. That's right. The latest name linked with Rovers is a Dane. He's a big fella, and he has actually scored some goals. Who am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks, back once again in another video today. We take a look at the latest name linked with Blackburn Rovers. Who is he? Well, I'll tell you in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button. You want some shop for Blackburn Rovers, world football, and transfer rumours. That's right. Who am I talking about next? Well, I'll tell you in just 1 second. Big shout out to the members and the Patreons. You know who you are. But, of course, let's get into deep dive and tell you who I'm talking about today. Okay, folks, this one's a bit of a stretch. But I'm telling you, his name is Mileta Rajović. He's on the books of Watford. This is actually a podcast's website. It's not an actual official link. The official link was a tweet linked, spoken to a journalist out in Italy. It has actually been quashed somewhat. We were considering the move for this fella, but Paphos currently find themselves in the driving seat. But on the flip side, I think I also read somewhere that they might not have the money for it, Paphos. So we might be coming back into it. But anyway, he is on the books of Watford, but he did play football in the Danish league last season. And we'll tell you all about him in a second. Big shout out, of course, to Eddie to tell you a little bit more about stuff working on behind the scenes.
Ewood Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right, us at Blackburn Rovers hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Alrighty then, here he is, Mileta Rajović, of course. He is Danish, actually of Montenegrin descent as well. And he's actually 25 years of age and 196 centimetres tall. Of course, he did on the books, I think he is at Watford, but he did spend time for Brodenby last season in the Denmark. His contract does expire there on the at the end of the month here. And it will return to Watford, whose contract does expire there in 2028. Good rating of around about 62 as an attacker. He's also got some growing numbers in creativity and technique there in the high 40s as well. But he is maiden out, one and only, a striker. That's what he does. He scored 5 goals in 15 matches. That's 1 in 3 in the Danish top flight, 2 assists as well. And he was in the start 11 60% of the time. These are his stats then. Of course, not the greatest to work with. Very sporadic with his touches on the heat map here. And as for the 5 goals scored, he scored 2 with his head, 2 with his right foot, and 1 with his left. So a good selection of goals. Played 243 goal every 243 minutes. He only started 10 of the matches as well. But when I saw him for Watford, he was a handful. He did score some goals. He might have even scored against us, to be fair. But I can't really remember, to be honest with you. But moving on to the passing, he had 2 assists as well to his tally. Pass success rate 70% overall, 75% in his own half. And of course, his aerial duels, okay, 47% for them. Duels on the ground, 31%. So maybe a little bit more tenacity needed in that part of his game. And of course, maybe use his gangly height, to be fair, to win those aerial duels, because he's 196% of his stall. So you kind of got to use that to his advantage. He's a player, a championship proven player. When I say that, look at these numbers here. He's played all over the place, and that could be concerning. A lot of clubs for such a young man. But look at the numbers boiled down to, when you boil it down, condense it to what he is. He's a goal every 2 years. A goal every 2 here, pretty much. Got 11 assists as well. He's also played on the wings as well when called upon. But look, 11 goals in 44 championship games. That is championship proven. That is a goal every 3 or 4 matches there. Is it stellar? Is it Brereton? Is it Armstrong? No, but it's definitely better than Gallagher. It's definitely better than Maktar Gay. And of course, it's probably on point with Ohashi, sort of level at the moment. I do think Ohashi will have a season to remember next season when he gets there. But if you look at the numbers of his career here, a lot of reserve action in the 19. We're going to try and avoid those. But B93, is that the Faroes or is that the Denmark? I'm not sure, but regardless, got 5 and 12 there. Kalmar scored 13 and 26. That's a goal every 2. Broadby scored 8 goals and 28. Roxalda as well, double digits. Narveston, wherever that is, 30. That's pretty much a goal every 2 as well. And Watford, 14 goals in 48 matches. And of course, where are those other goals then? He's got the EFL Cup, FA Cup and Championship. So, he is a decent caliber sort of striker. Now, one of the main factors for this, or the problems we would say, is the money. Well, he's currently valued, according to Transfermarkt, at €2 million. He's actually on the decline here. He's had a bit of a nightmare stint. He does have that success, whether in his previous clubs. But he is, as you would look at it, like for Magda Gay, about same height, same position, a little bit younger as well, but definitely something that could offer a little bit more options up top. I think, yes, he does. He's pretty much like for Mileta Rajović, but we all know we love Magda, but he is a bit of a maverick, bit of a wild card, I'm not saying his best days are ahead of him, or I'm not saying his best days are behind him, but it's definitely needs to step it up next time around. I think this season's going to be massive for Magda. Mileta Rajović, I don't know what went wrong at Watford. Maybe it's just the wrong atmosphere. But I'm excited. Actually, it does say he is both-footed here. He's ambidextrous. He can play either foot here. Look, bang, bang, bing, bang. Ain't no mucking about here. So, good little option. Let's take a look at the stats then compared to Magda Gay. Doubled them up. He pretty much played the similar amount of games, a little bit younger, but he scored double the amount of goals as Magda has. Magda has scored 31 times in the top flight in the Juniper League. He also scored a goal in the top flight in La France as well. But this guy scored championship goals. He scored the top flight in Sweden, I think that is, top flight in Denmark. And some other games. He also Champions League, qualifiers as well. So, decent caliber. He's a decent caliber. Is what we're at. That's how that's the sort of our market that we're working with right now, that kind of player. He's championship proven. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. This rumour broke a little bit earlier. It was kind of quashed before it really got going. So I don't really want to get you guys too hyped up about this one. I'm saying it's something that we might return to. If that Paphos deal is truly dead, then yes, maybe we're going to come back into it. But maybe it's already signed, sealed, and he's going to be off to Cyprus. Who to blame him? He's going to go to Cyprus instead of a cold night in Stoke and, freezing his nuts off. Of course, he'll go to bloody Cyprus. And they also play competitively in the European competition. So it's a name that's linked with Rovers. I don't know if it's something that's going to happen again. And what's our limitations here? Again, pretty much nailed on like for like height. I think he's more attuned to scoring goals than Magda. So, I just don't think. I think if we're gonna get something else up top, it's going to be something a little bit more different, a sort of hybrid of an Ohashi and a Magda. But that's it. I want to hand you back over to Eddie, though, to talk about 150 Blackburn Rovers memories where you can be part of the party. So get involved. Listen to what Eddie has to say. But until then.
Hey, with Eddie back once again. But this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories. But of course, I need more of them. That's right. 150 is a big number and we need some more. And that's where you come in. That's right. Whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own. And then, of course, together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers' 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up the show.
Thank you very much, Eddie, for your insight into all that. Blackburn Rovers, 150 memories. We're looking for all your memories, so please do, as Eddie says, and submit your memory. I'd love to have you being part of the party. But that's it, guys. Subscribe, smash the like. We'll see you soon when we return. But until then, we're over.